Hey guys, how you doing? It's Oscar back again for another shave slash scent of the day video. So what I use today, real quick, I'm going to kind of run through the shave of the day part because I really want to focus on the scent, on the fragrance of the day part, okay? So what I used today was the Rockwell 6S with the number 2 setting. That's kind of my go-to for, because I shave every other day during the days I'm working. And the 2 is mild, not too mild, but mild enough, and not too aggressive, but aggressive enough to be able to just get those couple days of growth and be able to touch up without, tearing myself up. So Rockwell 6S stainless steel version on the number 2 setting with Gillette Silver Blue Blade on its first shave. I used to smear around my face the Savile Row 3124 limited edition for the Shave the Man group from 2015. This was a group brush, and this is really what got me on my brush acquisition disorder. Now I have, I think, 12, 13 brushes. But fewer things feel better on your face, or few things feel better on your face than a very well broken in Savile Row Silvertip knot. So Savile Row. And the soap was, where'd it go? La Tierra Mojada, the wet earth from Phoenix Arts and Accoutrement. This is one of those, after the rain, the fragrance, just that freshness, that just clean, just awesome smell after the rain. Douglas and Fran got it right here. Now in Pasadena, Big Shave West, I wanted to pick something up off their table, and I kept coming back to this one. And I asked Franny what she thought, and she said Tierra Mojada was her favorite scent out of the whole line. And with that endorsement, how can I not? So I picked that bad boy up, and I regret it zero at all. And I didn't pick up the Tierra Mojada aftershave. I kind of was flipping through Douglas's website one day and came upon this, the Creosote. Come to find out on Douglas's write-ups that the Creosote is basically like a sage brush, if I use the term correctly, out of the desert, because he does live near Phoenix. And it's kind of an old traditional just brush that really, from what I understand, emits this fragrance after the rains basically, unless you live in the desert, you basically have no idea what it's about. But he tries to explain it. He does a pretty good job. The Native Americans in the area use extract from the bush for, their medicinal concoctions and whatnot. And it, a blind buy like that, I tend to be reluctant to pull off. But the line that Douglas mentions in his write-up on it, he says in bold, this will pair, because of the way he extracted the ingredients for creosote. He said he wouldn't be able to create a soap, but he said it will match with Tierra Mojada, I assure you. So that was enough for me, so I picked that up, and it was fantastic. But getting back to Tierra Mojada, well, usually when I do the last couple of these videos that I've done, I think about, I decide what to use for the shave, and then as I'm using it, whatever scent of the product I'm using makes me think of what to top it off with as far as my fragrances. Today, it was the other way around. I wanted to use this one particular fragrance because I wanted to talk about the company, and then, so looking at the characteristics and whatnot of the fragrance and the company, I decided to use the software for the shave. So, but the company I wanted, and I've done a video on the company before, it didn't get a lot of viewership because I still hadn't decided to venture into the fragrance thing yet as far as videos, but the company is called PHLUR. Okay, PHLUR is a company, it's fairly new, it's only a couple years old, I think at the most a couple years old, out of Austin, Texas, and they are all about sustainability. They're all about sustainability and conscious choices in their manufacturing, their production, and I had seen a couple reviews on the fragrance, some of the fragrance channels, and it really piqued my curiosity. So I wanted to dig a little bit more. The good thing about PHLUR is they have a way to try out their scents. They have six scents, and what you can do is you can pick 3 at $6 a piece. You can pick 3 for $18. And each sprayer comes in like a 2 milliliter sprayer, enough to get a good idea of whether you like it or not. They have 6. You can pick 3 for $18, and then if you decide you want one of those, they will put that $18 towards the purchase of a full bottle. Now their bottles are 50 milliliter, which is half of your normal size bottle of colognes and fragrances. 50 milliliters for $85. So it doesn't break the bank. So you can buy the 3 samples and then apply the money, that $18 towards the $85 of a full bottle. What I had done was I couldn't decide between the 6, so I bought all 6, and I was able to use all that money towards one full bottle. And the one bottle I chose to get was a scent called Moab, M-O-A-B. Now the reason I liked Moab, again, I tried all 6, and this is the one that I thought would be most versatile for me. They have a lot of other ones that are awesome. I like them all. In fact, this isn't the only one that I plan on getting from them, but I was able to get this full bottle and have that $18 applied, actually $36 applied towards the purchase of the full bottle. 36 because I bought all 6 samples, so I bought multiple sets of the sample. So, but they're getting into the sustainability. They're into the packaging is, it's simple. It's cardboard, cardboard, and then they even say please recycle. And it comes, there's the logo, the PHLUR logo. It comes set in the box. It just sets in the cardboard bed of the box right here. And it's a nice box. It's it's simple, but it's kind of elegant. It's kind of an embossed silver. It says Moab. There's the logo again, and all the all the information on the bottom here. And it just comes out. It's nothing elegant, but reading more on the website, and it's an opaque. It's a white paper kind of wrapping. Sorry about the lighting. White paper kind of wrapping all the way around. Now, they purposely have an opaque packaging because, from what I understood, it was, sunlight is one of those things that could damage fragrance, obviously. So, they purposely opaque the bottle to keep that sunlight out so that they don't have to add, preservatives and other chemicals in order to keep it from spoiling. Now, they're very clear on the fact that they're cruelty-free, no parabens, no phthalates, whatever that is. And they're very conscious about, environment and sustainability and stuff, like I've said. So, so it's, it's simple, but it's nice packaging. Okay, I'm sorry about the light, and, just like most fragrance bottles, it has, a nice magnetic top. The sprayer is, pretty good sprayer there. And what you get as far as notes, they're kind of like, they have, with each other fragrances, they say, or each other scents, they say, it's impossible to get, a consensus on what any fragrance, what it smells like across the board. You can ask 5 different people and you could get 5 different, descriptions of the same thing. So, but if you're into notes, what they listed is, some pepper and clove at the top, which I get. It's spicy from the beginning, but when it settles down, you get a mellow creaminess, for lack of a better term, because it has vanilla and tonka bean as well. So you get that spicy opening, and then it just kind of mellows, and you're like, wow, that's really, man, that's awesome. It's really, and then for this time of year in the fall, and the weather starts getting a little colder, this is fantastic for that. I used it the other day, and I said I gotta do a video, because like I said, I did a video before on PHLUR as a company, and I had gone back and forth with them communication wise, and they're really quick to respond. The service is fantastic, and they're a small company, so they're able to, you know, to pay attention to, you know, to you individually. And then under each scent, they talk about each scent, but they also have a little kind of subheading called conscious choices. What they do is with each scent, like for example this one, they use a resin from what's called a snowbell, or also known as a styrax tree. They use a resin in this particular fragrance, and they use it out of a farm in Honduras. Now, whether it's any of their other scents, for example, they get vetiver from different parts of the world, different ingredients from different parts of the world. But what they do is they're sure to team up with the local farmers and the local harvesters in whatever area they're at in the world, in order to ensure that there's fairness in the labor and in the wages. So, you know, if they see any kind of issue, they won't partner with those people. So they're very conscious about that. So from the beginning, from the gathering of the elements, from the harvesting of all the ingredients, all the way to the point where you spray it on your face, they are just conscious about the whole process. So that impressed me, and they're like that with all their fragrance. Now their full bottles are $85. But if you do get the samples, you can apply that money towards the purchase of a full bottle. And I think they're producing candles now as well. I don't know if they have candles in each of their scents, but I know they have candles in at least a few of their scents. So PHLUR, PHLUR, out of Austin, Texas. There are the lights right there. And I mean, it's good stuff, and it lasts. So if you have the samples, it comes in a really cool little, you know, packaging box, and it has an information card for each scent as far as characteristics and longevity, and, you know, in the first 5 minutes, this is what you smell. In the next 10-15 minutes, this is what you should smell. And in the next couple hours, this is what you should smell. So it's very informative, and it's a very good way to start into the fragrance game. And still, you know, still feel good about the stuff that you're buying. Not to take anything away from all the other companies and all the other great fragrances that are out there, but PHLUR, I see you, man. I see you guys. I like what you're doing. So check them out, at least PHLUR.com, and you know, they get my endorsement. You know, me and my, you know, huge 200 people following. But anyway, that was my shave, and that was my scent of the day. So I hope everybody's well, and have a good night. Peace.